Kowski. I am going to interview. What's it? Don't break it. Oh, I'm going to be interviewing an amazing human who I've had the chance to interview a few times. I just met him 2 days ago, and we have is that an okay picture? Are you okay with that?
I'll deal with that one. Yeah, it's good.
All right. What? I get this one now? I get this one. Okay. And what I want you to understand is a lot of the music that you hear today has gone through, let's call it iterations and changes. And because of this gentleman and his team from the band, NWA, they have really changed the way music is heard today. And we'll talk about beats and tones and things like that. But I'm honored to have Arabian Prince join us. So let's give it up for Arabian Prince, everyone. Now, let me tell you why you all are not applauding. Because you don't realize who he is. So real quick, AP, tell them who else is a member of your band.
Oh, NWA?
Yep.
Dr. Dre, Beats, CEO, Ice Cube, the actor / basketball aficionado, Eazy-E, who passed away, DJ Yella, and MC Ren.
And you guys were all in a place in L.A. called Compton.
Yep, born and raised in Compton.
And the movie Straight Outta Compton was loosely...
About us. Yeah, it was about us.
So let's try it again. Everybody, let's welcome Arabian Prince. Let's give it up for him. It's a little better.
You know, this is technology.
It's a little better.
This is technology stuff.
All right. So, by the way, his name is Arabian Prince because it was a name that was given to you because...
Yeah, I was a young kid growing up in Compton, a DJ, and I used to call myself DJ Prince because I used to dress like Prince back in the day. And a girl came up to me one day. I had really long hair, and she says, "You look like an Arabian Prince. You should call yourself Arabian Prince."
Did you like the name originally?
I love the culture. So, and I love the culture, and I used to read the books and, watch the cartoons. And I'm like, cool, this is a good name, and I kept it.
So you're looking at a 57-year-old man who loves SpongeBob. Am I wrong?
You're right. I thought we were talking about technology.
We are. But you love SpongeBob.
Love SpongeBob.
And you love animation.
Love animation. Own an animation company.
You do. And
yeah, me and my business partner, Ice-T, are launching a new animated platform soon.
And you actually started this a long time ago with the Savans.
Yep.
When it came to Power Rangers.
Yep. I did all the visual effects on the first series of the Power Rangers.
How would somebody from the music industry make a transition over to animation?
I was a closet tech nerd when I was 15, 16 years old. Taught myself how to code and do sprite animation and then 3D animation and visual effects as a hobby and turn it into a second career.
That's amazing. And you're still doing it?
Still doing it to this day.
Okay. So today you're here at a conference that's really focused around blockchain and crypto and NFTs. Does that space excite you at all?
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely excites me. I've been in the crypto space since 2009, 2010, like when it first launched.
Started, yeah.
Yeah. One of my partner companies at the time was Fox Interactive, and we were working on some video games, and we were using Bitcoin at the time to see if we can use it in-game for transactional purposes, selling, in-game items, because people were trading in-game items, but there was no solution to actually do that in-game. So we were messing around with crypto and blockchain and Bitcoins at the time, but it was so early, we couldn't, I'm going to be honest, we couldn't figure out how to implement it in-game. It was going to cost too much money, so we scrapped the idea. And years later, I forgot that I had a couple of hard drives and keys full of Bitcoin.
Isn't it always interesting when we hibernate something and bring it back? There was a guy, his name was Antonio Marcuccio. He lived there in 1835, okay? And he made a box about this size, and he had a tube on one side that went about 100 meters and another tube. And if you sang through the tube, you can hear the singing on the other side of the room, okay? And that's it. If you talked, the circuit in the box would break, okay? So Antonio Marcuccio did exactly what he did, hibernated it. 15 years later, a guy took that box and had the same results and then went to the box and turned one screw a quarter of a turn more, and his name was Alexander Graham Bell.
I know that guy.
He used somebody else's platform to create something great. So when you look at everything that's being created right now, how are you turning the screws just a little to make it so it's groundbreaking for something you're doing?
Oh yeah, so something that I teach startups, and if there's any startups or startup entrepreneurs in the room, one thing I tell a startup is you don't have to create something that has never been created. All you have to do is know how to scale. Like look at something, pick a niche market, find something and say, you know what, that's a great idea, but all I need to do is do this to that idea and I can scale it. I partnered with a guy in France a few years ago who actually invented a chip that would take any type of video and up-res it to 4K in real time, like near real time, right? And he was selling a product, but it wasn't scaling. It was too expensive. It was in an HDMI cable, so he was trying to sell an HDMI cable for $300. I met the guy, looked at the product. I prototyped a new design, which was like a little dongle that looked really, really cool. And we marketed to gamers for $99. And millions of dollars later, it's still selling. It's #1 on Amazon. And I never created the chip. I just took somebody else's idea, scaled it to another market, and made a ton of money.
Isn't that kind of the music industry?
Yes, it is. It's the music industry. We take other people's music and scale it and flip it and remix it and make hits.
I mean, the first time you really heard stuff like that is you actually, there's so many songs that sound like something else. They can't sound exact, right? They got to be modified unless you're doing track on track, right?
Yeah, unless you get a license. So good example, if there's anybody here who is as old as me, I produced a song called Supersonic by a girl group called JJ Fad. Supersonic.
Do you have it on here?
Yeah.
You have Spotify? What do you use? Tidal, Spotify?
Yeah, here. I could pull up Supersonic and hopefully they can hear it. But yeah, so Supersonic was a big hit. And a friend of mine, will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas, wanted to use the song for Fergie. So the song Fergalicious was actually I
like that you're going to YouTube.
Yeah, I use YouTube. Why not? Yeah, I'm an old guy. But yeah.
I don't know if YouTube's an old guy thing.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
All right, I'll grab it.
Stop. See, 3 of us, and I know we're fresh. Party rockers, non-stoppers, and our names are Deaf. See,
Hold on.
And I'll keep on talking. By the way, again, we're hanging out here with one of the developers and architects of a lot of the new music today. So I want to make sure if you have any questions or comments, please don't wait to the very, very end. No. There's nothing there. You can't hear it, huh? It's, you know why? I hate to say it's an Android phone. They don't have really good microphones or speakers. Do you want me to put on mine?
Yeah, but yeah, well, you can pull it up. So I'll finish telling the story. So we did Supersonic. will.i.am took Supersonic and turned it into Fergalicious, which was a big hit, sold 10 million copies. And then later on, Eminem took a verse of Supersonic and put it in his song Rap God, which went multi-platinum as well. So I get royalties from all of those songs.
crimes like ours could never be stopped. See, it's 3 of us, and I know we're fresh. Party rockers, non-stoppers, and our names are Deaf. See, the J is for just, the other for jamming. The F is for fresh, A-N-D, Deaf. Behind the turntables is DJ Train. Mixing and scratching is the name of the game. Now here's a little something about nosy people. Supersonic.
This song came out when?
1987 or 88.
1987, and then it was remastered and remixed.
Yep, remastered, remixed over and over by so many different groups and artists.
I want to think about Under Pressure with Freddie Mercury and David Bowie, right?
Yeah.
That was Vanilla Ice initially.
Vanilla Ice, yeah.
So you're seeing this happen. So where does creativity lie if you're constantly ripping things off? It sounds like China. You know what China's copyright is? Copy, right?
Yeah.
Right? But it sounds like you're doing very similar situations.
Well, I mean, if you look at who actually invents something new? Because if you look at a piece of code, right, every new product is borrowing a piece of code from another product, another app, another system. So we're just reiterating things and making them better and more efficient over time. So every now and then you get a miracle of something that's fresh and brand new. But what I tell people this, if you look at all the billion-dollar companies right now, especially in social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of them, what do they do different from each other? Nothing. They all use text video, photos, and interaction between people to sell in a product or do social media, right? But they're all billion-dollar companies doing exactly the same thing.
So what you're saying is there's a place to just somehow change that. There's disruption somewhere, and eventually,
Yeah.
if they're all doing the same thing, what's next?
Yeah.
What's the next iteration?
Well, I look at it this way. Why are all of these people here? Why are all of these companies here? A lot of these companies do the same things, maybe slightly different, but they all make money, because if they didn't make money, they wouldn't be here. So there's a place in this space for everybody. You just have to find your vertical and be diligent in what you do.
Okay. So when people come up and talk to you a little later on, do they refer to you as AP, Arabian Prince, Arabian? How do you want people to refer to you?
They can call me anything they want to
No,
call
what
me.
do you go by?
I go by AP,
AP.
Arabian, whatever, OG, yeah.
AP, how do you, for you now, how do you change yourself to move forward? How do you disrupt who you are to go to the next version of you?
I'm a self-proclaimed futurist. I'm always looking at what's next. That's why my company's called Innovate Next. We were dabbling in the blockchain back when it started. You know, we were into the next iteration of Web 2, which is Web 3 now, years before the marketing got into it. And, you know, because of that, now I'm the CEO of a medical metaverse company called MD Dow, because doctors were interested in getting into Web 3 early. And my tech team was, you know, proficient enough to bring that to light. So now we're decentralizing medical.
I've worked with a lot of celebrities. You guys are a pain in the asses, okay? And the reason why is you normally don't show up on time, you overcommit and underperform. I'm not saying you. So when someone says, I want to work with a celebrity, I want to get an influencer involved, how do you hold their feet to the fire to really get the maximum use? Because you're either going to give them equity in the company or pay them a lot of money. How do you get the maximum use out of an influencer the right way, or a celebrity?
Well, what I say about that, first of all, I'm not a celebrity. If I am, I'm a C-list celebrity. I don't care about the fame side. But if you're going to get somebody, an influencer or somebody who has tons of followers, you really got to go deep and look at if those followers are genuine, or are those followers manufactured? Because there's people that hit me every single day saying, hey, I can get you 100,000 followers for this amount of money. But are those active followers? You know what I mean? Or is this social media influencer stable? Because there's a lot of them out there that'll take your money, and the next thing you know, they're out doing crazy stuff on TikTok, drinking, smoking, doing crazy stuff. And there may not be somebody you want representing your brand. So there's so many things you have to look at when you spend that money.
You know, the fake followers is a big. I bought followers. I did that one time. One of the worst investments ever made, because they don't do anything. They sit there.
Yeah.
It's carbs, right?
Yeah.
So you want authentic, real engagement. I met a guy the other day. He's got 1.5 million followers, okay? He's got like 7 comments per each post.
There you go.
You know it's fake.
And it makes you look even worse when that happens.
It does.
You would rather, I tell startups and companies that really want to engage with their fan base and spend money, go find an influencer that's got 10, 20, 30, 40,000 followers with active followers that really, really follow that person. That's what you want, because you know they're genuine and they'll do anything for that person.
So let's just say somebody's in here and they look at you going, man, he's amazing. I followed him. I like what he does. I want him involved with my company. Okay, let's just say that. And I'm using you as an example of a celebrity or an influencer. What are you going to do for them? How do you ever heard of the saying, I'm going to pour gasoline on a fire? Yeah. What are you going to do to be that gasoline that's just going to make things ignite even more?
Yeah. Well, for me, seeing that I'm in the industry and in the tech space and the business space, first thing I do is I don't take money from a company that just wants to market. I got to look at the product, because the product's got to represent me as well. And I want to make sure that that product is solid.
You're a little different, by the way.
Yeah, I'm different.
Some celebrities just do it for the money.
No, I'm there to help. I want to grow the company. I want to help scale the company, because if I'm getting a percentage of the company, if I'm helping this company and they want to pay me and I get, you know, some type of royalty or something, I want to maximize their growth so I can make more money. Because if you just take their money and nothing happens, then you get no more money.
I just met a company the other day. They go, we just got Daniel Craig into our business. I'm going, what is he going to do for you? And they said, well, we got Daniel Craig. And we got James Bond. But that was it. So you almost have to find someone that is a part of your business to move forward.
Yes, and they have to have relevance to your product. They used Will.i.am a lot in technology.
Well, Intel did.
Intel did. You see a lot of other celebrities. One of my friends makes a lot of money for companies. My friend Sir Mix-a-Lot, he did the song "Baby Got Back," but they love his song.
It's a great song.
Right, so they play his song on so many different commercials.
What are some of the words from the song?
I'm not doing that song. That's his song.
It was actually, what was it, 96 was that song?
Ooh, that song was probably before that, early 90s. Yeah, early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sir Mix-a-Lot makes a lot of money doing what?
Licensing his song out. Yes.
Well, I mean, I remember Will.i.am was talking about audio branding.
Yes.
So think about Intel Inside, right?
Right.
And that's worth a fortune because you hear that and you automatically associate that with Intel.
Correct.
That is something that actually is underperforming. People don't do this a lot, audio branding.
No, they don't. And you need to do that because not a lot of times do people see your brand name or your logo, unless you're Nike. Nike is just one that transcends all. But you do need to have some type of audio representation. Like, when you hear somebody turn an iPhone, you hear the sounds on the iPhone. You know that's an iPhone.
Or the Apple startup, right?
The Apple startup, Samsung. Right. The Samsung phones have a very unique sound. So those things are very critical to your companies. Yeah.
It was interesting. I interviewed Mr. 305. You know who that is? Pitbull.
Yeah.
And Pitbull says he loves companies that have audio logos. That's what he called them because he integrates them into songs and he charges for it. But he says it makes it a lot easier because now he could shoot it out to masses. So what a great idea. Have you done audio logos?
Oh, yeah. We've done that many times in our songs. We've, utilized brands and either words or audio cues in our songs. And hopefully the company gets involved. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They got to like the song. But the fan base loves it, because you pick up a fan base just by using that particular cue.
I do want to go back to SpongeBob.
Yep. Let's talk SpongeBob.
You're a 57-year-old man.
Yep.
You're an old man.
Yes, I am. I'm old.
We're the same age. Okay?
I'm very old.
Why SpongeBob?
I always tell people, and I say this with no joke, if everybody loved SpongeBob, we would have no wars. Everybody would be happy. I'm the happiest person on earth. I've lived a blessed life. I've done everything I've wanted to do. And I was just at Comic-Con Friday before I flew here and got to meet the voice of SpongeBob, Tom Kenny, and me and him had a great time. So, yeah.
But why SpongeBob? You haven't said...
Oh, why? Well, I've been in the animation space for a while, and how it actually started is we were working on a project, a SpongeBob game, and the company started sending me toys. And I would bring them home, and my friends would come over for a football game, and they would see SpongeBob sitting next to the television, and they would hate it. So I figured if I had more SpongeBob stuff, they wouldn't be at my house long. They would leave. So now my whole house is covered in SpongeBob.
No, you did not do that to...
I did. Initially, I did it to do that, but then I started liking it.
It was a deterrent.
It was a deterrent. And now I don't have any today, but I wear SpongeBob clothes.
Well, I know in your studio you got SpongeBob all over it.
Yeah,
I know
everywhere.
So if you look at innovation, we talked about this, and you look at people like Nolan Bushnell, creator of Atari and Chuck E. Cheese,
yep,
right?
I was just with him not too long ago.
An amazing guy,
Yep.
right? Steve Jobs, he hired Steve. I'm not sure if you knew that they make Breakout.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak make Breakout. And then you have someone like Steve Jobs who looks at Nolan Bushnell going, that's my mentor.
Yep.
And then you look at Elon Musk who looks at Steve Jobs saying, Steve Jobs is my mentor.
Yep.
So there's a succession of mentoring.
Yep.
Who are you mentoring? Who are you saying, I'm going to help you see what I see so you don't make the same mistakes or go further than I have?
Yeah, so in LA, I mentor all the inner city kids. I'm actually bringing a lot of kids into the technological future. We partner with Epic Games. We're bringing Unreal Engine into the school system so kids can learn Unreal Engine because the metaverse is going to be largely built on Unity and Unreal Engine. So these kids, if they learn that now, they'll be the jobs of the future using Unreal Engine. Also, we just partner with the Tiger Woods Foundation to do the same thing with them and growth in technology. These kids, sometimes, and not to down companies that are creating learning games or learning systems for kids, but when I see these learning games and learning systems, they don't look like what the kids are looking at. If you understand, they look really cute. They look really like school stuff. Now, why would you want a kid to learn in a system when all they see is TikTok? You need to make their new learning tools look like their social media to make them learn. We have to go into the future of learning to, catch up with these kids.
So AP, I want you to think about Rome at the very beginning, okay?
Yep.
There's an old saying, all roads lead to Rome. It's actually all water leads to Rome. They built the aqueduct structure.
Right.
But if you wanted to be somebody or do something during that time, you had to go to Rome.
Yep.
Okay? And the new Romes, meaning after that, were places like Constantinople, and then Paris, and then London, then New York, then San Francisco, and then LA. That was the new Rome, meaning you had to go to LA to make things happen. LA's not it anymore.
No.
I think Dubai is. I'm not just saying because we're here.
Yeah, no,
Okay?
1,000% it is.
Why are you in an old Rome and not in the new Rome? Why aren't you setting up shop here in Dubai?
I'm here now.
I know you're here, but you're leaving. But my concern is talent is transient here.
Yes.
There's not enough builders, as you heard the panel before.
Right.
You're a builder.
Yep.
What does it take to get more people like you to be here?
Oh, we're actually starting. Now that I'm in Dubai, I would love to meet people here who are trying to scale and grow, the outreach here. I'm on the board of XP in Middle East in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh. There's a big music conference and music festival every year. We did it last year. This year it's going to be bigger. I think it's 200,000 people at the Middle East conference and music festival. And I'm on the board to actually expand that into technology and Web3 and NFTs and all of those things. So
Dubai, I said, not Saudi Arabia.
Let's do it here.
Okay, here's my thought. Who's here from the government? Any government officials? Okay, so there's none. Good, then I can say this. Here's my thought. You got you. There's a Chris Voss right there. I know where Brian Rose is. You got builders that are here right now. The government, and please don't take this wrong, anyone, they should give you a house or an apartment. I'm being serious. They should create a home for you guys to say, hey, I have something. So now you experience the lifestyle. Chris Voss needs to be here more. You do. You can't be transitory. So I think the government needs to invest in talent by bringing them here and making them feel like they're home, so they feel, not just they feel, they make it home. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree. And you know what I got to say? Technology is worldwide, right? Technology is worldwide. And Dubai, with the buildings, with the culture, the new infrastructure, is like the future of that technology. But it's only one part of it. We've got to bring the rest here. We've got to scale out the youth of Dubai so that they can
When
be
are
the
you coming here
creators.
next?
Whenever you bring me back.
Oh, that's great. It's based upon me. What kind of companies are you looking at getting involved with? If somebody here has a certain type of company, what gets you excited that you would love to be part of?
Well, we're definitely, heavy in the metaverse. The creation of
That's nebulous.
Yeah,
That's like
Web3.
technology. What is what area in the metaverse? Like you're doing medical.
So we're doing medical, but we're also doing electric vehicles as well.
In the metaverse?
In the metaverse, yeah. We're actually building the first ever carbon neutral racetracks for electric vehicles, and we're creating a DAO.
Wait. Wouldn't a car in the metaverse be carbon neutral in the first place?
No. We're building real racetracks.
That's what I'm asking.
Right,
Okay, so
but we're building a DAO that's going to reside in the metaverse.
that's a feature.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a feature. But you're building carbon neutral cars.
Carbon neutral
Right.
racetracks.
Racetracks. But the other part's a feature, okay?
The other part's a feature.
Where are you building that?
We're building that in New York, LA, and Las Vegas right now. Those are going to be our first ones, but we would love to do it here in Dubai as well.
What else are you excited about?
Excited about gaming.
Anything in particular? Casual?
Esports.
Esports.
Esports is big for the youth, the next version of youth, and also any parts of gaming, game design, game building, educational learning. All of those things are things that kids are passionate about because most of them play games every single day. And if you can turn that into a career for them, then it's an amazing thing.
So I like when I get somebody that's not just an individual in an island, but they have great relationships. Okay? You're a highly connected individual. So if you get excited about something, you might say, hey, you should get involved. And you start knocking on the doors of your friends.
Yep.
So what other influential friends do you have that really admire your vision and where things are going? Just do some name dropping right now.
Elon Musk, Dr. Dre, Ice-T, who else? Richard Branson. I mean, a lot of people like that. Yeah.
This is important.
Yep.
So if you find something that's insanely amazing here, you'd be knocking on the doors of those guys, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have a product or a service or an idea that's mind-blowing, this is what you want. I've dealt with celebrities, guys. They're flakes. They really are. They're flakes. They might look good on Instagram, but when you have somebody that gets it and wants to look at the long game, not the short game, it's not about money. It's about growth and opportunity for you. And to be part of a great team.
Oh yeah, and you know what I see here too as I go around. I'm a golfer, right? I'm a semi-pro golfer as well.
You're going golfing tomorrow, right?
I'm actually playing golf here tomorrow.
Who are you going to go with?
By myself.
Who wants to go golfing tomorrow? There you got somebody right there. You're going to pay for it, but you're going to take them golfing. Good.
I'll be out first thing in the morning. But you know, there's a lot of land here, man, and I think a lot of technology growth is in golf. Look at Top Golf. There's a Top Golf here in Dubai.
It's bought by Callaway.
Top Golf just got bought by Callaway for billions of dollars.
$2.2 billion.
Yeah, and I think it was low. Hey, it's my buddy DJ Hopper's in the building, one of the great famous DJs from Los Angeles. Come on up here, Hopper. Come say hi to everybody. I want to introduce you guys to a friend of mine, DJ Hopper.
What makes
from
him great?
Los Angeles.
What makes him great?
Oh, he's one of. So let me tell you about Hopper. Come on up here, Hop.
Take a seat. No, take a seat. Take a seat.
No, let's talk about. No, we're gonna talk about your product for a minute, Hopper.
quick.
You know, he's
Hopper's
here. This guy is a technologist as well, but one thing that he's really, really about is kids, and we both are. He was one of the creators and founders and of Scratch Academy, which is a amazing DJ school in Los Angeles and New York. And now he's moved on to teach kids. And tell me about what you got going on with Tribe.
Yeah, so we actually have it's pretty crazy. Like, you can DJ in the metaverse. Everything is mapped one-to-one to what like a $10,000 DJ rig would be that you and I would play on, a professional rig that you would see on any festival stage, and we've got it fully in the Quest too. I mean, it's pretty incredible. So for a $300 headset plus a $30 app, you have access to essentially $6,000 to $10,000 worth of gear, and you're learning how to actually DJ, and it transfers to the real world.
You're based in LA?
Based in LA.
What
yeah.
brought you here?
Well, we came here for Tribe. So our company is based up in Silicon Valley, and yeah, we're out here showcasing what the technology can do. We're over at the Xverse area, and then yeah, I run into this guy everywhere, random places. I think we've seen each other more outside of LA than in LA. Yeah.
That's actually a good thing, isn't it? I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we were just talking real quick about technology and where things are going. What gets you excited? What kind of technology?
Anything that is practical, that helps make life easier, you know? And I think there's a lot of problems that need to be solved in this world. And I think anybody who's developing technology that can do that can make this world a better place.
So it's not the next TikTok. It's not that.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think there's a place for everything, you know? And it's really interesting what's happening with Web3. We'll see what happens, you know?
Hey, do me a favor. Tell me what's on your tat. What's this right here?
This means actually the heart is in the middle of everything.
The heart is in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, which I truly believe in. I mean, I think we share that. That's where we connect on a lot of things. I mean, I heard you just saying it's not about the money. It's not about the money grab.
I actually said that.
Oh, you agreed.
You agreed.
But it's not. It's about like where your heart is and really doing things that are going to make impact and creating legacy. I mean, this guy's got, you know, obviously he's got his illustrious music career, but he's also building things that are going to create legacy beyond his lifetime. And I mean, I think that's what we're all striving for right now.
People want to find you. Where do they go?
At DJ Hoppa on everything, on all social media platforms. The app that we have is called Tribe XR. Come check us out. We're over in the entire Xverse area. We've got a whole setup there.
Awesome. And where can people find you, AP?
OG Arabian Prince, just OG, that's for old guy. Arabian Prince and all the social media platforms as well, and our company MD Dow and the other company Driven Performance. Yeah.
I appreciate both of you guys coming on stage. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
He's available. Hang out. Everyone, thank you so much. Let's give it up for our group up here. We have another panel popping up in a moment. Let me get a photo. Can we get a photo? Picture? I'm Ken.
Hey, nice
I got to know you.
Yeah, you got to meet this guy.
I want a pretty cool group in LA.